Finally, it's here. Yes, today, August the 18th, Microsoft Flight Simulator has been released, and you may be wondering, but Steph, it's dark. Why are you sitting there playing it so late in the day? Why didn't you play it at 7 o'clock when you woke up? Well, that's because you have to download a 95 gigabyte file before you can even get started. But it's downloaded on here now. I've done all the configuration to set up the joystick. Let's just jump in, and I want to show you what it's like to fly in the new Microsoft Flight Simulator. There's only one aircraft that we can start with, right? You get your world map. Let's zoom into Moorabbin Airport, set that as the departure. I've already got the Cirrus SR22. These are the planes, by the way, that the Premium Deluxe edition comes with. You got your heavy commercial aircraft, some general aviation aircraft, some aerobatic aircraft, Steve-O's TBM. Microsoft Flight Sim, just rubbing it into everyone there. You can go anywhere in the world. No, you can't. Moorabbin. Ready to fly. All right, let's have a quick look outside the aircraft. There she is. Now, it's no Echo Yankee Zulu like the TalkSim SR22 that we have in X-Plane. I have no idea if you can change the registration on the outside here. I haven't been able to do that. Straight off the bat, I will say one of the views that I do like is this kind of default external view where you've got a lot of your kind of aircraft telemetry going on here. So like your HSI, engine settings there. Also your kind of altitude and your vertical speed tapes over there. So you can pretty much fly, if you just want to fly for fun, you can do the whole thing from outside the aircraft. Internal view, this is what it looks like inside the aircraft. That's probably the kind of view that I'd be used to, something like that. PFD and MFD, I still haven't worked out if you can click on these to actually zoom them up like you can in X-Plane. You can do things like putting in flight plans, you know, direct twos, all the normal fun stuff, just like you would in your G1000s. Autopilot that a lot of you are familiar with. Got your flaps, which we're just going to set for takeoff down here as well. And I'll put the fuel pump onto boost. Anyway, let's just fly this thing. Park brake off. Let's go full throttle. Easy on the rudders. How's that frame rate as well, by the way? This is the new Aftershock PC that's running this now. I've set it to 60 frames a second, and I'm going to try and export this video at 60 frames a second as well, just to give you the best, kind of smoothest experience. Up we go. What we really should do, let's do the outside view. There we go. Look at me really badly maintaining that center line. Much better. We'll get our flaps up as well at this speed. Oh, altitude. We're at minus 600 feet at the moment. Much better. Didn't set the QNH properly. All right, let's head to the city. Now, notes. Oh, that's interesting. Connection lost. What's happened to my internet? Now, these G1000s, you can't click on and pop them out like you can in X-Plane. And there's a few features that are actually missing from what you can do in X-Plane. For example, you can see how my QNH is set to inches rather than hectopascals. Normally you can come down to the PFD and you can change that in the G1000 from inches to hectopascals. I can't do that. So I've got the American version, which as we all know is wrong, as opposed to the correct version, which is hectopascals. And the other thing I notice is on the MFD, if you want to put in a flight plan, if you go to the flight plan button and we, for example, we want to type in Melbourne, you can't. It won't let you use the keypad, so you have to go click, 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 click. Can we side slip the Cirrus? Never tried this at home for real kids. Anyway, stop messing around. So there you go, there's Albert Park. This is the track around the outside where they hold the Formula One Grand Prix. This is the Melbourne Sports and Aquatic Centre. This is where I run quite often around the edge of the lake here. It's a 5-kilometre track all the way around. That's pretty realistic. I don't mind that. Straight ahead is the city of Melbourne. Now, of course, I know they're not going to render every single city in the world to a complete high degree of accuracy, and you've got to take it with a pinch of salt, but I definitely don't recognise that building that's directly ahead. Let's go and have a look. What's that? Is that the MCG? No. All right, so we have this stadium in Australia called the Melbourne Cricket Ground, or the MCG. Anyone in Australia who might be watching this, for the fact that's not what it looks like. How weird. I mentioned it in the last video that I made. I thought before I played Microsoft Flight Simulator that this would be better for gaming and better for the kind of visual flight rules style of flying rather than the procedural stuff like the IFR flying. I stand by that point because the fact that you can't quite do everything that you can do in X-Plane, for example, on the PFD and MFD here in the SR22. Really would hold you back a little bit from doing things like realistically shooting an ILS or an instrument approach. All right, let's go direct to here on the direct to, enter, activate. Now, can we fly that using the autopilot, purely the autopilot? If we go to nav mode. Oh, and then maybe we just need to put this, change from CDI to GPS 1. And I've got the multiplayer mode turned on, so let's see. Oh, by the way, my username on this is just Steph747, so if anyone else is flying around and... So there's Tullamarine, Melbourne International Airport directly ahead. Let's do a landing here, then I'll show you some of the other features on the ground as well. So let's be a good pilot, do pre-landing checks, brakes, undercarriage down and locked. Mixture is full rich. Does this leaning work? Can I kill the engine? Yes, I can. Get our second stage of flaps. 500 feet. This is one of my worst approaches that I've made. I don't know, the control tower's gone. Whoops, the control tower should be here. Oh god, it's hard landing with the external camera only. Okay, easy, easy, easy. Oh jeez. There we go, first time. Now we're on the ground. One other cool mode that you can activate is the drone camera. Like any good pilot, all you do is you leave your plane on the active runway, you get your drone out and you start to fly it. And what the drone mode will do, so you can then use your... I know I can use... Whoa. Okay, so I'm trying to... Oh, that's not supposed to... What is that doing? Okay. Does it think... Does it think the SR22 is the drone, maybe? I have no idea why it did that. Oh, now I can't get back into the cockpit view. Brilliant. Good job, Steph. Day one, you broke it. All right, change of location. I thought we'd go the other side of the world and find ourselves... Oh, no, it started with the engine off. Oh, first time. So here we are on the that's nice, isn't it? That's really cool. Look at this guy. He's completely ignoring us. Hello. Look at him in his cool shades. Do you reckon he'll get out of the way if we turn? Oh. Okay, apparently you can't drive into cars. What about people? All right, let's try this drone again. So we get a drone mode. There we go, that's better. So, you can fly your drone. All you need to do is park your aeroplane. Whoop. Remember when someone actually did this at Gatwick a couple of years back? And all I need to do is turn it around without running this guy over. Hello. Look at him. I'll be back. That's the way. Oh. Sorry. Tell me how fast to taxi. Taxi as fast as I want. So yeah, like cool things like the reflections, the shadows. You see the reflections in the window as you're moving around. The sunlight reflecting off the back of the propeller because the sun's behind us at the moment. There's so many subtle details like that. Just some quick pre-takeoff checks. Oh, we can switch the tank over. Well, that goes a long way around actually. The other thing I've noticed is, yeah, the flight plan that I've put in previously is gone, so it doesn't remember your flight plan. All right, let's assume we've got clearance. Yes. I know what I'm doing. Temperatures and pressures are in the green. Airspeed is increasing. Down here, we're looking for 70 knots. On the center line, 70 knots. Up we go. Beautiful. That's really cool, actually. Bye, London. Interesting as well, just a few other little things I've noticed with the Cirrus here. Look at the fuel flow in gallons per hour. If I go full throttle, about 20, that's about right. If I come back to 75, with the mixture full rich, I'd expect to be burning more than 16 gallons per hour. What we should do is pretend that we're flying a Cirrus helicopter, and let's try and do a low-level river run. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Can I turn these off, these? I'll sink if I want. How does that look from the outside? Oh, nice. That's the SR22 in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Way more still to investigate with this model. So let me know in the comments below the sorts of things that you want to see, if you want to see more of these videos as well. If you're new to the channel and you're enjoying this content, consider clicking on the subscribe button. It means a lot to me to see the channel grow. Otherwise, thanks as always for watching. I'll see you in the next video. What do you reckon, Milkshake? Why don't I appear on the dashboard? That's a good question.